Ladies and gentlemen, Colonel John Venencia, Colonel Salmon, Colonel Owens, and distinguished guests. Welcome to the Department of Aviation Medicine, Aerospace and Occupational Medicine Residency graduation of 2025. My name is Keith Schultz, Master of Ceremonies of today's graduation. I'd like to take this opportunity to introduce the members of the official party for today's ceremony. Lieutenant Colonel Sonia Height, Director of Aerospace Medicine. Lieutenant Colonel Peter Den, Program Director of Occupational Medicine. Major Nathan Kwan, Associate Program Director, and Colonel Retired Dan Porter, guest speaker for the commencement ceremonies. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the invocation and playing of the national anthem.
Those who so desire, I invite you to pray along according to your tradition as I pray according to mine. So if you will, bow your heads with me. Almighty God, I give you thanks for this day and for the many who have gathered here today to celebrate this milestone. Each of these graduates has grown intellectually and professionally during the course of their studies here, and after they leave here, will continue to stay on the leading edge of their field. May they always pursue excellence as they provide medical care and support in unique military context. Let this day be one of celebration and joy. Bless these graduates, their families, the staff here at the Department of Aviation Medicine, our brothers and sisters in arms around the globe, and may you richly bless the United States of America. In Jesus' name I pray, amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. The residents are involved in many training opportunities during the residencies, such as Army Flight Surgeon Course, Advanced Clinical Care and Air Medical Evacuation, Joint en route Critical Care, Medical Management of Chemical and Biological Casualties, Federal Aviation Administration Examiner Seminar, Medical Evacuation Doctrine Course, Military Tropical Medical Course, the Civilian Aerospace Medical Institute Course, Army Aviation Safety Officer Course, the Space Medicine Course, and Fundamentals of Occupational Medicine. There are also unique training opportunities rotating with Kennedy Space Center, Virgin Galactic, Anderson Army Depot, 7 Special Forces, OSHA, United States Army Research Laboratory, the United States Army Air Medical Activity, and Flatiron. The residents rotate through different clinics in Lister, Healthy Army Clinic, treating our aviators here at Fort Rucker. To provide additional training opportunities, the outside military, the residents rotate at Flowers Hospital with internal medicine, cardiology, emergency department, and prime care. They also rotate with West Main Medical Center in Dothan and rotate at Martin Army Community Hospital at Fort Benning, Georgia. Accomplishments of this class include growth of the motion sickness desensitization program, which treats soldiers flying in from across the globe. Conducting the monthly Operational Aviation Medicine Conference to an audience of 30 to 40 monthly participants across all components in the aviation line community. Teaching lectures for our DAM courses, IRW, Flight Surgeon course, assisting Fort Novosel in acing their aviation resource management survey last year, and traveling to unique medical experiences such as Pikes Peak, Ghana, and Alaska. They presented at national conferences such as Aerospace Medical Association Annual Scientific Meeting and American Occupational Health Conference, while simultaneously completing their master's in public health with the University of West Florida. At this time, it is my honor to introduce Lieutenant Colonel Peter Den.
Good morning. As one of the two program directors and on behalf of the Director of Graduate Medical Education, Program Director, and GME staff, it is my distinct honor to welcome you to this morning commencement ceremony for the School of Army Aviation Medicine's residency programs in Aerospace Medicine and Occupational Medicine. I would like to welcome our distinguished guests and our fellow faculty, the medical leaders within our community, both military and civilian. I really would like to take the time to thank each of you individually and impress upon the audience how much each of you offer to the residents training, but we only have an hour. So I would just say that without each of you, this day could not happen, and please do not leave today without a personal thank you from one of our staff. And of course, I would like to welcome and thank our most distinguished guests of all, our friends and family who took time to be here today and provide the support we all need so we can perform our required duties. Residents, please stand and join me in recognizing these important people. Whatever level you are at in your professional development, today's ceremony marks a significant milestone in your medical career. You have earned something today that can't easily be taken away. Over the last 2 to 3 years, there were exams, courses, flight training, academics, travel, more exams, papers, projects, chamber coverage, many patients, and then to top it off, more exams. These graduates not only met the challenge, but they also often excel. So I would like to mention things like everyone passed their boards this year. That's including both Aerospace and OCMED. We had about 9 people that sat for the board. Several achieved master's degrees with perfect or near perfect GPAs. We receive great feedback on a regular basis from preceptors on clinical rotations. They have imprinted themselves on this program with unique additions to the curricula and established new training opportunities. They have published manuscript in medical journals, podium presentations to national and international audiences at scientific conferences, and gave excellent Army presentation at the Aerospace Medicine Conference last month in Atlanta. Congratulations on a job well done. And to celebrate your grand achievements, we are fortunate to have a significant person for our community to speak today. I would like to present to you Colonel Retired Dan Porter. Please come to the podium.
So almost 3 years ago, when I had the privilege of being a part of the Department of Aviation Medicine, the group represented here in the front row gathered with me around the big table over in the schoolhouse classroom. And we talked about expectations and opportunities and how to get the most out of the training program that they were just beginning. I don't know if you remember that conversation, but I do, right? And now here we are in this magnificent facility celebrating their individual and collective achievements as they cross the threshold from being a resident and in training to being specialists in the fields of aerospace and occupational medicine. For those of you in the audience, your contribution to their success deserves recognition and thanks. And as General Rio DiNarino famously stated, the strength of our nation is our Army, the strength of our Army is our soldiers, and the strength of our soldiers is our families. So from an old retired soldier who walked across this stage as a flight surgeon graduate in 2005, and to everyone in attendance today, please accept my sincere thanks for what you do for our soldiers each and every day, because it matters. For our colleagues here on post, and from those of you from the wider local area across the Army, our sister services, thank you, because your participation in these training programs and your shared perspectives is what allows these officers to become not only competent, but well-rounded and confident physician specialists, and what you do matters. For our graduates, as you embark from here, I would ask that you'd stick to 3 basic fundamentals. These are going to be pretty obvious, but just bear with me. First, you're going to be in the business of advising commanders, and you've been trained like no other medical specialist in the military to identify and mitigate individual and collective risk in operational situations. You owe our nation's sons and daughters your very best in this domain, and I ask that you use the tools that you've been given to solve those problems, right? And know that a normal workday for us may well be a life event for one of our patients. Based on your time studying biostats and epidemiology at UWF, your MPH, you may very well be the only person in a staff meeting that understands the Hawthorne effect or the Bonferroni correction or some of the other things that you learned, right? So don't forget that, right? Correlation does not equal causation. All those things that you learned, important. In 1854, the Industrial Revolution had driven mass migration into urban areas of England, and as a result, cholera ravaged London through a series of outbreaks over about 15 years. By September 10th of that year, 500 people had died in just 10 days, with a mortality rate of about 12.8 per thousand in the area around the Broad Street pump. Dr. John Snow, seen by many as the founder of modern epidemiology, gathered data, analyzed it, and presented it to the local council. And his recommendation was simple: take the pump handle off, the water will quit flowing, people will get better. And from a public health standpoint, the authorities agreed, the handle was removed, and the outbreak subsided, right? So someday you may find yourself standing in front of a pump handle, and I want you to know that you're not only empowered, but we expect you to take it off, right? Remove the handle, if that's the root cause of the problem that you're facing. Those are the skills that we've given you, so use them and apply them. Second, it's important that you continue to fly alongside our pilots and crews, as this sets you apart from your peers. So when you don your life support gear, you put on your helmet, snug up the chin strap, never forget that your direct professional lineage can be traced to Major General Spurgeon Neal, who served as one of the earliest advocates for the use of helicopters in military medicine and in general. And for our guests, many of the displays in this very room allow one to follow General Neal's ideas from concept to their full implementation and adoption. And if Colonel McPherson was here, he'd give you the whole story, but I don't have all the facts, so just, know that it's there. So we expect our graduates to pick up General Neal's mantle and press the boundaries of quality and process improvement, no matter where you are, as we know that innovation and development don't come easy, but a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, and for you, that step is today. Third, I would ask that you train those around you. Prior to the facility's expansion and remodeling, just behind the seating area, some of you may remember, there was a picture of then specialist Thomas Applehands, known to you as Sergeant Apple, who could be seen managing a patient in the back of a Black Hawk somewhere over Kapisa province in Afghanistan in November 2012. He was covered in blood, and he obviously had had a pretty rough day. As you go out and join these formations, you will find true heroes just like him and the other instructors that you had here at the schoolhouse standing in your morning PT formation. And in 1945, General Charles Canham, Assistant Division Commander of the 8th Infantry Division, entered the headquarters of a surrendering German formation, and his credentials for accepting this surrender plea were challenged. And he looked to the soldiers behind him, and he stated, "These are my credentials." So he understood what leadership meant under difficult and challenging conditions, and our ask of you is to embrace the Sergeant Apples in your formations, form them into your credentials, and know that their actions and behavior are a direct reflection on you and our formations and soldiers deserve only the best. Finally, you're likely to spend many months in places that you would like to forget, maybe can't pronounce, thinking about home, and just looking forward to the day you can return to your family, while you're pouring your talents and abilities into every waking minute just to make things better. You will share these experiences with wonderful professionals from across the Army, our sister services, as well as other global allies and partners. And when faced with these challenges, I have no doubt that each of you will step up and deliver. And in the words of Henry V, once more into the breach, dear friends, once more. Thank you.
Lieutenant Colonel Den will present Colonel Retired Porter a token of our appreciation.
Colonel Porter, as a token of appreciation, we would like to present you this plaque as our appreciation. Mr. Schultz, at this time, we would like to present the Aerospace Medicine residents, their diploma.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to present the residents graduating in aerospace medicine. Presenting the diplomas to the graduates will be the official party. Residents, now please rise and be recognized. Ladies and gentlemen, please hold your applause until conclusion of the presentation. Friends and family, feel free to move about for photos. Captain Jesse Lavadieri. Lieutenant Colonel Erica Murray. Lieutenant Colonel Promotable Barrett Campbell. How about a big round of applause for our newest aerospace medicine residency graduates? Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to present the residents that graduate in occupational medicine. Presenting the diplomas to their graduates will be the official party. Will the occupational medicine residents now please rise? Captain Cosme Belmonte Jr. Upon graduation, Captain Belmonte will be assigned to the Combat Aviation Brigade, 1st Armored Division, Battalion Surgeon, Fort Bliss, Texas. Major Shelby Dean. Upon graduation, Major Dean will be assigned to the United States Army Aeromedical Research Laboratory, Fort Novosel, Alabama, with a fellow on to 25th Cab in Hawaii next spring. Lieutenant Colonel Jeffrey Brown. Upon graduation, Lieutenant Colonel Brown will be assigned to the 1st Armored Division, Division Surgeon, Fort Bliss, Texas. How about a big round of applause for our newest occupational medicine residency graduates? We're all proud of you and wish success on your next assignment. I'd like to invite Chief Resident Lieutenant Colonel Brown to the stage to present the Occupational Medicine Teaching Award.
Took a bit of a head start to get to the podium. All right, it is my honor to stand before you today and present both our Preceptor and Residents of the Year. So, unfortunately, our Preceptor of the Year was not able to come today, but I'll still get an opportunity to say some words about her. This year's Preceptor of the Year award for the Occupational Medicine Residency Program is Lieutenant Colonel Shoshana Zhang. Dr. Zhang is a preceptor at the Anniston Army Depot. The occupational medicine residency, we have the opportunity to go to some very exciting and interesting places, whether that's Las Cruces or Kennedy Space Center. But among all of the interesting and very engaged preceptors that we've had the opportunity to interact with, Dr. Zhang has done above the rest. She's regularly been a very proactive preceptor, made sure to incorporate a lot of education, learning material, and given us a lot of freedom to go and explore, understand the aspects of occupational medicine at the Army Depot, and along with like industrial hygiene. So, a brief moment just to appreciate the preceptorship that we've gotten from Dr. Zhang. And the next award that I will present is the Resident of the Year Award for the Occupational Medicine program. Each year, our peers nominate an outstanding resident who has contributed much to both the aerospace and occupational medicine experience, as well as the learning experience and feedback among ourselves. This year's Occupational Medicine Resident of the Year is Major Dean. Come on up, come on up. I know you said you like plaques.
Thank you.
This year, Major Dean undertook several extra duties, is very known for being extremely helpful and proactive, engaging not just us, but our aerospace medicine colleagues and junior residents to make sure that we were preparing well for the boards, staying on top of additional things like IERW teachbacks and additional extra duty trainings. And she really rose and was a great figure and example for others to follow this year. Mr. Master of Ceremonies, I'm also going to do a quick detour, if you don't mind, and ask my co-residents to join me up at the podium. So the thing about working in the aerospace and occupational medicine community is that time flies. That's why I didn't get the prize for the dad jokes yesterday. So, in addition to working with great preceptors and great residents, we have had the opportunity over the past 3 years to work with great mentors and our program directors, assistant program director, and coordinator. So, as that, on behalf of us, we'd like to show our appreciation, and we've prepared some plaques for you. If you could just go ahead. Mr. Schultz, it's coming your way. You can't run from it. Colonel Den, Colonel Height. And Major Kwan. Thank you. Please accept this gift on behalf of my class. It includes a wonderful picture of us. And we just wanted to say thank you.
Each year, the residents select a teaching faculty from the clinical rotation that they wish to recognize for their outstanding contribution to the residents' education. I would like to invite Chief Resident Lieutenant Colonel Murray to the stage to present the Aerospace Medicine Teaching Award and Resident Award.
Good morning. I'd like to present this outstanding award to a very special individual. This year's Preceptor of the Year Award for Aerospace Medicine goes to this individual who goes above and beyond. And then when you think that they can't go above and beyond anymore, this individual goes there. They are there for whenever you need them. They actually represent the pinnacle of mentorship through extensive knowledge, teaching, and encouragement. Never-ending energy, and is a sole person that inspires us every single day. So I'd like to call to the podium, and it is my pleasure to present this award for our deepest appreciation for training, the future of aerospace medicine residents, Lieutenant Colonel Promotable Sonia Haidt.
I have to hold back that excitement. But because of you, I am a better leader, mentor, and person. Thank you for all you do every day to make this program better, your selfless service, your dedication, and everything that you have given to this program over the past several years. Thank you.
Next, I'd like to talk about the Resident of the Year. Each year that we give to an individual that experiences outstanding leadership and contributions to our program. So this year, it's going to go to an individual who is currently leading and executing large-scale modernization initiatives and promotion, positive culture, and advancing the profession. He developed clinical support tools within the Army's aeromedical flight physical framework to streamline and improve accuracy in chart review, medical disqualifications, waiver requirements. Additionally, a member of the FAA's Spatial Disorientation Working Group, and graduated with UWF with the highest of highest grades, and was brought into the Epsilon Rho chapter of the Delta Omega Honorary Society in Public Health at the University of West Florida. It is my honor and pleasure to bring to the podium, for excellence and professionalism as resident of aerospace medicine, Lieutenant Colonel Promotable Barrett Campbell.
So as with many of these awards, it's not really about me. I appreciate the opportunity that I have to learn from everybody in this room. I'm an integrator, and so I bring together the ideas that you have and to make those better for all of us. So I appreciate that opportunity to continue doing that, and for the mentorship and leadership that you all have given me. I appreciate your time. Thank you.
I now invite Lieutenant Colonel Sonia Haidt, Program Director, Aerospace Medicine, for closing remarks.
Good afternoon. I would like to thank everyone again, not only for your attendance today, but for what you do every day that allows us the opportunity to provide world-class physician training here at Fort Rucker. We would not be able to accomplish what we are celebrating today without the dedicated support of our residency partners. This includes our Wiregrass area preceptors, our Fort Rucker Army preceptors, the University of West Florida, our local tenants such as the Aviation Center of Excellence, Lister Army Health Clinic, the Army Aeromedical Activity, Aeromedical Research Lab, Safety Center, and of course, the great staff at the Department of Aviation Medicine. Everyone carves time out of their busy schedules and gives stalwart efforts to ensure we train what the American soldier needs and deserves: quality, operationally focused medical specialists. Through the residents' hard work and sacrifice, they have now imprinted themselves into this program. All 6 graduating residents sought and achieved overarching programmatic initiatives with innovation, automation, and structured progression. They are leaving their legacy on the program. The graduating physicians in this room have had many professional successes already, but sharing this moment with family and friends makes this event extremely special and something the graduates will remember for the rest of their lives. So again, thank you all for being here and supporting our programs and the residents.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for playing The Army Goes Rolling Along. Once again, congratulations to the graduates. This concludes our formal graduation program. Thank you all for joining us today.